Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this new figure unboxing and review we're going to be looking at the Transformers Studio Series number 91 Leader Class Fallen figure from, of course, the Revenge of the Fallen figure. So what we're going to do with this video, we're going to unbox him live in a second, have a look at the entire contents of the packaging. We'll have a detailed look at him in both of his modes, and indeed I'm going to show you the fan-made mode of the Sun Harvester as well. We're going to have a look at all the accessories, how you can use him again in all of the modes, and then we'll do some comparisons of him with some other versions of the Fallen that I've got. And I've got the other one as well where you can take the face off, ironically enough not the original, and although these are from different movies, we can see just how big he is and how he scales, because he's really is a big leader class figure. So let's have a look at him, and I've got to confess I've already opened the box up and I've had a look at him, but before we do that, let's have a look at the front. There he is. What a menacing looking figure that looks. It is of course a closed box. There is a zoomed in image of the face and the bust of the figure. Now we can see that it's going to take 17 steps to transform. That does look very much like the actual Revenge of the Fallen original figure, and we can see obviously we can take the face off, which was one of the gimmicks or one of the bonus version, or one of the bonus things, sorry, that you could do with this version. But again, we'll do some full comparisons of that as well. Right, let's open him up. So actually 17 steps for transformation has got to be probably the most basic leader class transformation we'll ever see. But I'm going to try not to make loads of noise. As I said, I have opened him up already just to have a look, purely because A, I was just really intrigued, and B, some of these Studio Series figures can be quite tricky and quite difficult, so I wanted to give myself a teensy bit of a head start on it. So I'm trying to get everything out. There is of course the backdrop from the battle in Egypt. I'm just moving the box up. In fact, I'll keep it there actually, because it can cover up that gap there for now. Now the figure itself, when it comes in the package, I've just got to show you a few things. It comes exactly like this. It comes with the head wrapped up, and these are just usually, well, they were with mine anyway. This is again another good reason of why I took it apart beforehand. There's the instructions. There's the two parts of the staff. So the staff is huge. You can see already we're going to connect this together right there, and it is huge. It is quite rubbery, so it's not sharp, not dangerous at all. And these, as I say, these come completely loose. Let me move everything away from the back just so there's nothing getting in the way, and we can just look at the figure first and foremost, because the paint applications on this figure are stunning. They really are. So we've got the head sculpt, which looks so good. It's even got a moving and working jaw. There's also, if the light catches it perfect, you've got the light pipe in there in the eyes, which it works through there, so that just looks amazing. You've got the detail on the shoulders, these come out, the silver bits inside. The articulation on this is ridiculous. It's huge, by the way. You can go all the way around at the shoulder, same on the underside there, bend there at the bicep, double sort of bend. The hands will spin round, even though he's got an abundance of fingers. Look, I think he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 9 fingers. Unfortunately, none of them are articulate. They're just the detail inside, though. You've got the wrist bend swivel. You've got the waist. You've got the waist swivel. I can't remember. No, you haven't got the waist swivel, but you've got enough with the hips turning in and all the way out. Knees will go all the way around. Ankles will go all the way around. Lots of it's due to transformation, but there's just so much maneuverability, playability, and I suppose posability with this. Again, the silver on this is really popping. I hope the light is doing this some justice. And as I say, I already know that there's a faux cockpit under there, which is brilliantly hidden. Now, the main thing, as I say, that's different with this, apart from the fact that you can take the head off to show, well, take the face off as it says, this is the cover. It is brilliant. Again, you've still got the light piping in the top, and of course this will fit over the head like so, and straight away now he looks loads better. But these parts here, as I say, when I opened this was literally just in this ball and socket joint there. It was just hanging down like so. Now you've got two choices, to be fair. You can keep them in and we can attach them properly, or you can keep them off. Now to attach them properly, we're going to fold this. Have I done it the right side? I may have just put them in the wrong side. I think I probably have. And the reason why you can tell is because of how this is all going to connect now. Yes, I did. So you've got this circle here, which is going to latch on. In fact, let's lift all the arms out of the way. Let's show you. So there's the circle. There's the circle on here. Slot this in, and you can see the tabs have lined up as well. We're going to repeat the same process on the other side, because again, you've got all the same markings. And what you can then do is join the two together at the back as well, so you know that they're in the right position. And then it's just a case of connecting these to this ball and socket joint, which I'm doing right there. I realized you couldn't see, so I've just lifted it up. So here it is from this way. Bring that around and then attach into the back of what is the elbow. It doesn't matter if it pops out, and to be honest, for transformation per process, you can pop them in, take them out, or they might pop out anyway, to be honest. But this is how he should properly look with all these extra, I suppose. Let's bring the shoulders down. That's better. Now it's just filled his torso out a little bit more, and as I'm sure you'll agree, now he really does look so good. I think that, as I say, as far as first impressions go, I'm sure you'll agree he does look very good, very menacing. And we're going to come back in a minute, have a look at him in his alternate mode before coming back again, having a look at him in this mode and using the weapons. But for now, first impressions, absolutely beautiful figure, and hopefully you can see, as I say, all the colors and everything popping off him in the light. Okay, then we're back, and as you can see, he's in his alternate mode already. Quick apologies, no transformation process on this video. Couple of reasons for that. One is to keep the main length of this video down, and two, with it being a new figure, I don't want to spoil it for people who don't want it spoiling for them and they want to experience that first transformation process for themselves. The other thing as well is, as you can see, I've not got these attached. So again, I want it to be as detailed as possible with these, because you can, I suppose, display like this and he still looks okay. I remember saying the same thing about the original version from the 2009 release. I just like it. I think it looks really good. Perhaps it could be better, but again, what I said about this is what I've said about the new Bumblebee movie figures as well. Because we never obviously saw their alternate modes, they just had the freedom of their imagination just to basically pick an alternate mode for it. Now, as you can see, some things keep popping off, and what's happening is this tab is coming out the back of there. Again, you'll see this in more detail on the transformation process video, but I'm just letting you know that is what is happening. And what I'm also going to do now as well is show you how to attach the other parts to it, because you can, as I say, these come off all the time, and then we need to attach them. So what we've got here is, you can see there's a tab there and there, and of course the ball and socket is going to fit into that. So if we take this, we attach this into the front part of the foot, which is right here, like so, and then we can fold this back. You can see it just keeps popping off all the time. That's the big issue I have with this figure, that it doesn't like to stay in this alternate mode, to be honest. But let me just attach the other side as well, just to show you, and then we'll attach the spear or staff, however you, trident I think it probably is. It's more like a, nah, it is a staff. We'll have a look how that attaches in a second as well. So let's just reattach these. That's how simple it is. So it's not detrimental if they come off, and I don't know if that makes it look any better, to be honest. I'm not too sure. That is obviously the image we've then got on the back of the box up there, but whether it makes it better or not, I don't know. I think I perhaps prefer just it by itself. You obviously as well can't even display this on the background scene, which again is great. But let's have a look at the spear, which is now in two pieces. We've got these 5mm dowels at the top of each, and we've got these 5mm, well, they're basically screw holes either side, so we can attach this to it. This makes it look slightly better. I think what they're just trying to do, to be honest, is fill it out. I don't have a problem with the alternate mode though, so I don't want it to sound like I have. I just think perhaps it didn't need it. I mean, yeah, that definitely does fill it out. It looks a bit more like maybe the original Batman sign in the 1989 movie. I'm not too sure. It looks a little bit more like that to me, but they didn't really need to do all this. It still looks good for what it is, but I'll be quite surprised if many people do actually display this in this alternate mode, and I can't even fit it in. Look, that's how big it is. Let's have a quick look as well at this beautiful cockpit there, which was covered up by the chest, which folded up over there and covered up the head. It's exactly that. It's a Cybertronian jet. It looks cool. And let's see if I can just pan out just to give you an idea of just how big it is. It really is a really big alternate mode as well. There's not much more to say about this particular one. What we're going to do, we're going to have a look at in the fan-made mode of the Sun Harvester now. So let me pop him down and let's have a look at that. Right then, so what I'm actually going to do is show you how to do, I suppose, this fan-made mode, because it is brilliant. And I wouldn't be surprised at all if it was, you know, deliberately designed that way, shall we say. What we're going to do, and if I just seem to be a little bit distracted, I've got to confess, I'm looking at some images myself just to remind me. So what I'm going to do, we're going to take these off first and foremost, detach these parts which are on the feet as well. And then what we're going to do, we're going to turn our attention this way around. Now what we need to do, we need to turn the legs around, turn these, sorry, to the side again. So turn that to the side, and once you do this, it's a case of manipulating all the legs. So turn this around and then turn it around at the knee. We need this little piece here to attach the back of this to. I'm going to repeat the same process on this side. So I'm just going to turn this in ever so slightly, and then I'm going to rotate at the knee. And you know what, you can have the foot either way, to be honest. Let's just have a look how this is starting to look, because what we want is it up this way around. So I do need to rotate this foot around again, because we need to get it flat, you see. So what we've got is these are coming out to the side. I knew they'd pop off, they always do. I might as well just take them off, to be honest. There we go. So this is now, let's fold the toes out behind like so. There we go, there's the toes out. That's better. So you can see it's starting to stand up. This part we can put out to the side like so. In fact, we're going to put this even higher, and then there, that looks a lot better. We'll do the same on this side. So this is very clever fan-made mode, and I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised at all if it was Easter egged in completely. Like, we can bring this forward actually just to give it a bit more, you know, as I say, yeah, just a bit more width to it over. It's up to you how you want the feet, to be fair. I've decided to turn them back in, because if you turn them back in now, if I spin it around on the knee joint, you see you've got these two tabs, and what we can then do is take the staff and we can attach it via these tabs here as well. So this will fit. And again, there's no other reason why have these cutouts in this staff apart from this, to be honest. When you've seen it in the other mode, they don't attach via that way, they just attach like this. So let's turn this in, turn this around, and to be honest, this is a great bonus mode, even if it wasn't intended. I'm sure you'll agree that looks great. It's so clever. I love how people find these things out, and I love even more if it's been put in there deliberately, and we've just managed to work it out. It does look cool. It is a bonus mode, and yeah, I don't think there's much more else to say. It's just a case of manipulating all the legs in and around. You can have the feet turn around the other way if you wanted to. Of course, you can just keep rotating this at the knee, but it doesn't work as good because you've got to fold it back underneath. That's the main reason why I keep it turned this way. And as I've said, you can then attach either side, to be honest, excuse me, in at the back like that, and there is your bonus third mode. Right, we're going to come back for the final time with him in his robot mode to do some comparisons as well. So then, back for the final time with him back in his robot mode, and I'm going to have to take him all the way back here because again, it just doesn't fit. He's huge. And now that's better. That's a much better display, as you can see. You still can't really see much of the background. The background's great. It's obviously the battle scene at the end of the movie, and it looks good, doesn't it? Right, now we've done loads and loads of talking about this in this mode. Let's do some quick comparisons first and foremost. So this was the Hunt for the Decepticons. Yes, it was the Hunt for the Decepticons version, which I suppose is as close to this because of the same fact. You could take obviously the face off, etc., but you can see he definitely towers above him. They've got the spear as well, staff, sorry, but this again combined together is huge. It is awkward that, well, it's not awkward, it's just a bit more annoying that they didn't what's the word I'm after, give you articulation in the hands or the fingers at all. I mean, it does hold on to it, but it's just a case of, I suppose, placing it and balancing it okay. So that is them two there. That's they said they both got the staff. And I've already said at the beginning, ironically enough, I've not got the original, but I've got the other one. They all share the same molds anyway. But this is the other version that I've got. And obviously the newer version, the colour scheme just really, really works. With regards to some of the other figures, this is obviously a deluxe class sideswipe, which he completely towers above. Now I know these are different movies, but again, it's just to give you an idea of scale and indeed size. So there is, of course, Bumblebee from the Bumblebee movie, yet again, not even up to his waist. And again, different movie, but that's another Voyager class figure, so you can see how huge this guy is. So if you like the Revenge of the Fallen film, and if you are collecting these figures, he's definitely worth getting for that reason. I mean, look how big he is. He really is. Yeah, huge, massive figure, well worth the leader class price tag in this case, and the versatility, the articulation, and the lovely fact that he's got them fan-made modes. Now, I think I've spoke about this guy enough. He really is great. Let me know what you think of him in the comments, guys. Take care.